always fun whenever the lamestream fake news New York Times catches up with what's going over here on Breaking Points. It's not even that particularly substantive, but it is a pet project of mine, which I usually keep to Twitter and Instagram, and that is the way that our politicians dress. So let's go ahead and put this up there on the screen. I was personally outraged at this meeting of the minds in which 3 out of the 4 congressional leaders all wore dress sneakers in the Oval Office. Hakeem Jeffries was the worst, wearing a straight-up white-soled, genuine sneaker with also ill-colored socks.
Yeah,
it
does look bad.
Hideous. Mitch McConnell, you can't see it as well. He's wearing black shoes, which is what would be called for with the outfit that he's wearing, but it also includes a sneaker sole, which has holes in it, almost like a Nike Air type sole. Hideous. Also, Kevin McCarthy was wearing a dark navy suit, and the problem is he wore light brown shoes, also with a white sneaker sole. So the only person who's appropriately dressed in this photo is Chuck Schumer in terms of congressional leaders. And look, a lot of Kamala criticism here, but she's appropriately dressed. She's wearing dress heels. President Biden is also wearing black dress shoes. So the big debate was, do dress sneakers belong in the Oval Office? Now, I do not think dress sneakers belong anywhere as long as you're wearing a suit. It's just really it's 2 mismatches of what you're doing. But they actually quoted me in this because I was outraged about the Ted Lasso guys. Let's go and put this up there on the screen, where I tweeted several weeks ago, "Call me old-fashioned, but no man should set foot in the office without dress shoes, especially not sneakers." And I said, 4 guys, no ties, 3 sneakers in the Oval. This country is going to hell. What I was referencing is the Ted Lasso photo. Can we put that up there, please, so that people can see it? And look, I don't watch Ted Lasso, so I don't know who these characters are, but I know Jason Sudeikis is. What you can see is Jason is wearing Nikes. 2 others are also wearing sneakers, straight up sneakers. None of them are wearing ties. Now, one gentleman is wearing black dress shoes, which is great, but he's not wearing a tie. And I just think it's crazy that the only person who is appropriately dressed in this photo, who is visiting as a guest, is the woman. Like, why are women apparently the ones who are abiding by proper dress norms and standards every time they're coming to the Oval? Look at President Biden and First Lady Jill. They look great. They're wearing exactly what you should be wearing whenever you're there. And this comes back to just like, A, it comes back to what actually looks good. And B, it's about respect. Like, I'm not saying that people shouldn't wear casual clothes. People always say that, like, oh, are you saying like construction workers should wear? No, when you're on a construction job, then wear construction clothes. Whenever you go out to eat, yeah, maybe don't look like a bum. I don't think it's so much to ask. You should care about how you look. There's a ton of evidence, actually, that caring about how you look actually is very good for your self-esteem, for your health, overall. So that's one, like, empirical case as to make for it. But what do you make of this general controversy?
Can we put the Ted Lasso one back up? Because I got a question for
Ted
you
Lasso.
on this one. The guys that aren't wearing the suit and have the sneakers, if they weren't in the Oval Office, do you object to the looks?
So, I mean, here's the issue. I just think that that's first of all, Jason Sudeikis is rich and he's good looking.
Is he the one, I don't know.
He's the Ted Lasso guy on the far left in the blue sweater.
Blue sweater, closest to Jill.
He's the one who's Ted Lasso. Yeah, okay. Closest to Jill Biden. He is wearing what would be described as, like, that's not quite business casual. That's more like San Francisco cool. Now, here's the thing. He's pulling it off. I will say that. I think he looks okay. Or he looks good. We'll say he looks good.
I think that outfit is fine.
That said, that's not that hard to do. That's not that easy to do. Most people who are emulating that in a business setting look like shit. I'm just going to be honest.
All
so
right.
that's part of why I am against it.
What about the dude next to him?
The guy next to him? Yeah, I mean, it's not as well composed, I think, of his outfit as Jason Sudeikis is, but I mean, it looks fine.
And then the one on the end that has like the Argyle sock situation.
Right. So this is why it's a mess. He's got an Argyle sock, but I can tell that that's an unstructured either linen suit or a very lightweight cotton suit, which is why he chose to go with the casual dress sneakers. The problem with the dress sneakers there and the suit is then he's wearing like formalish dress socks. So it's totally mismatched and the shoes look awful. Part of the other reason is that you really should never wear that type of suit to any sort of semi-formal occasion. That is a type of suit that you should wear to like a wedding, like an outdoor wedding. You can wear a fun tie. Maybe you don't even wear socks or something like that. You could mix and match it up. Now, the other guy who's wearing that looks to me like a European clubbing outfit. That is one of those, that is classic German Euro going out.
Yeah, the pants are like kind of tight.
He's got very tight pants, wearing all black in terms of his silhouette. The black shoes, also like wearing dress shoes in a casual setting is a classic Euro move. And now, as I said, the female who is in the show, she looks great. I think she looks fantastic. She's wearing a nice dress. Her hair is appropriate. She's wearing nice some dress heels. That's how you should wear whenever you're gonna go visit the Oval
Okay,
Office.
so here is my only commentary I will offer on this topic that I don't care all that much about, but I will say that there seems to be some inherent sexism in double standards in the way that the men are allowed to dress and the way that the women are expected to dress. In both of these photos, the women in every instance are dressed formally and wearing formal heels, which, by the way, this is part of what irritates me. Like, men's dress shoes are a million times more comfortable than women's heels, which can be like outright painful. Like the ones that I can see in this picture, you can't even, like, no one can walk a long distance in those. They're very painful and uncomfortable. So if she has to step up her game, then you guys do. I would prefer, you know, maybe there's a more lax standard all the way around because I don't really care that much, but it should at least be evenly applied. So that's my plea for equality.
Here's the problem, though. Let's go put this is what leads to bummery on Capitol Hill. Let's put this up there on the screen. There's now a congressional sneaker caucus. They say the congressional sneaker caucus unequivocally supports Speaker McCarthy and Leader Jeffries' freedom to wear dress sneakers in the Oval Office, while that's, you know, whatever. And here's the issue again that I have with that. You know, at the end of the day, it's only the men who are taking advantage of this over in the name of comfort. As you said, dress shoes, sure, they're not great. Guess what, though? You're in Congress. Your only job is to represent others. A big part of that is how you look. I wish that it wasn't that way, but it is. Guess what? That's how elected politics and public life, that's what it means. You know, I could technically do this show in a t-shirt. I don't. I don't just do it because I like it. I do it out of respect for everybody who watches this show. If you are going to take the time out of your day to watch what we have to say, then I will do my absolute best effort. It's like a lawyer. Do you want your lawyer to show up looking like a bum in court? I've heard from several lawyers about this. They're like, when we have defendants on trial, we always tell them, we're like, hey, listen, whether you like it or not, you need to dress up. That's just how the world is. That's something that you can say that you have a problem with society or whatever, but you're not going to change it. In terms of our leaders, they are trying to put comfort over everything else. And that is something which really pisses me off because, you know, these people, they're making all this money on the stock market. They barely work in it. They literally come to Washington 3 days a week. They don't do anything. And you can't even wear a suit for 3 days? Like, we're asking so much of you. I saw Joe Manchin walking around in a Lululemon quarter zip. And I'm like, dude, you're so useless already. I'm like, get out of here. Get out.
Dude.
Yeah, you're done.
I want to provide, you guys will be surprised by this, but I think that Mitch McConnell actually should get a little bit of an exemption for the outfit that he was wearing, which to me read as like he was doing his best to keep up appearances, but he's an old man and he needs some sneakers that, like, because he did the black sole, he needs some, you know, something that's going to allow him to at least like get around.
If you're so old that you need like corrective shoes, I mean, he's 80 years old, he's in ill health, so maybe retire, dude. You know, like I don't know why we're supposed to give you a pass for that. Like, it's not, nobody asked you to stick around. So anyway.
Literally, no one did.
Yeah.
That's true.
Calling me ageist. Call me ageist if you want. Sorry. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.